Level 1. Intellectual disability. This level represents the most limited point of cognitive functioning. Living independently is generally difficult. Learning, language use, and understanding abstract concepts remain very limited. Abstract mathematics, complex instructions, or long-term planning are not easily understood at this level. Despite this, emotional perception is quite strong. Individuals can distinguish tone of voice, facial expressions, and touch. Rather than making logical deductions, they often respond by sensing the emotions of the person in front of them. For this reason, compassion from their surroundings makes their world safer and more meaningful. In daily life, they can perform simple tasks, but continuous support and regular guidance are usually required. Basic needs such as eating, dressing, and personal hygiene are met with the help of others. From a societal perspective, this is the level where care and inclusion matter the most. With proper support, partial independence can be increased. However, the true value lies in their ability to form emotional bonds and live a happy life. Level 2. Borderline intelligence. This level represents a state where independent living is possible, but cognitive limits are noticeable. Individuals often struggle with abstract subjects, especially mathematics and logic-based topics. Instead of complex instructions, they learn more easily through repetition, practice, and visual examples. Academic success at school may be limited, but this is often compensated by practical intelligence, manual skills, and social abilities. They tend to excel in tasks such as craftsmanship, caregiving, and customer relations. Hard work and loyalty are typical traits of this group. Their contribution to society should not be underestimated, as they form an important part of the workforce that keeps daily life running. Their productivity increases in structured environments with clear rules and concrete goals. Abstract thinking and long-term planning are their most challenging areas. However, with proper guidance and support, they can live as responsible individuals. Their value should not be measured solely by academic success, but also by loyalty, practicality, and human relationships. Level 3. Average intelligence. This level forms the broadest base of society. It provides sufficient cognitive capacity to maintain daily life, find a job, build a family, and manage social relationships. Reading, writing, basic mathematics, planning, and organizing routine tasks are generally adequate. Average intelligence is the power of stability. Learning speed is moderate, and most knowledge becomes permanent through repetition and experience. Individuals are cautious toward new concepts, but can understand them once they see practical application. This level keeps society functioning on a daily basis. Its weak point is the comfort zone. Since daily needs are met without major difficulty, deeper questioning is often unnecessary. The mindset of "it works, so it's enough" is common, which may cause growth opportunities to be overlooked. Still, with proper direction, individuals with average intelligence make significant contributions. The world largely runs on the steady efforts of people at this level. Level 4. Above average intelligence. This level represents minds that process information faster and recognize patterns earlier than average. They grasp school subjects more easily, often requiring little repetition. In life, they quickly learn processes and turn them into action. Abstract thinking skills are well developed. They can simplify complex ideas, explain them clearly, and evaluate topics from multiple perspectives. They have an advantage in planning and problem solving. However, this speed can sometimes become a challenge. They may overcorrect themselves while speaking or hold back their thoughts to avoid standing out. For the sake of social harmony, they often present their ideas in a simpler form than they truly are. Their contribution to society is significant. Individuals at this level form the mid-level structures that lead most innovations, increasing the efficiency of institutions and communities. Their difference lies not only in learning quickly, but in turning knowledge into practical solutions. Level 5. High intelligence. At this level, abstract and theoretical thinking clearly stands out. Analyzing complex problems, developing new methods, and imagining multiple scenarios becomes easier. These individuals often seek more than what standard education offers and turn towards self-directed learning. Their learning speed is high. They do not just absorb information, they connect it across different fields, forming deeper understanding. Their productivity is especially noticeable in areas requiring abstraction, such as science, engineering, art, or philosophy. This group carries innovation and transformation within society. They question what exists, find alternative paths, and improve systems by asking, what if it could be done differently? As a result, they may feel different from their surroundings and struggle to fit conventional patterns. Social isolation is sometimes possible due to their distinct way of thinking. However, with the right environment and support, they become a source of new solutions and ideas for humanity. Level 6. Gifted intelligence. At this level, creativity, speed, and originality emerge in striking ways. The mind does not merely solve problems, it redefines them from different angles. Abstract thinking power is very high, allowing complex systems to be understood and interpreted quickly. In childhood, these individuals often show learning curves different from their peers. They finish books earlier, grasp lessons faster, and display wide-ranging curiosity. However, this speed can create challenges in social adaptation, as thinking differently from peers may lead to isolation. Gifted individuals often generate pioneering ideas in science, art, and technology. Their strength lies not only in acquiring knowledge, but in reconstructing it in entirely new forms. With proper support, they contribute directly to societal progress. Their weaknesses may include getting lost in details or struggling to adjust their pace to others. Yet when combined with the right environment, these minds become the source of groundbreaking discoveries and works. Level 7. Genius. This level marks a point where the architecture of intelligence itself changes. Geniuses do not only process information quickly, they reorganize it. Instead of memorizing rules, they ask why those rules exist. They often push the limits of existing systems or create entirely new ones. Figures such as Einstein, Raman, or Tesla are often cited as examples of this level. Their common trait is seeing the world from a perspective completely different from everyone else. This viewpoint can lead to revolutions in scientific theory or entirely new movements in art. Being a genius is not always easy. They may be seen as too unconventional, often misunderstood or even rejected at first. Over time, as their ideas gain acceptance, it becomes clear that they were ahead of their era. Their societal contribution is immense, though they may personally experience loneliness and difficulties with adaptation. With proper support and environment, genius minds become the source of discoveries that change the course of human history. Level 8. Polymath. At this level, intelligence does not focus on a single domain but spreads across multiple disciplines simultaneously. Polymaths can engage with science, art, politics, and engineering at the same time. Their strength lies not just in accumulating knowledge, but in building bridges between different fields. Historical figures like Leonardo da Vinci or Benjamin Franklin exemplify this level. Studying anatomy while producing art, or simultaneously working in politics, physics, and writing, are hallmarks of polymath intelligence. Their curiosity is boundless. They can connect mathematics with music, biology with philosophy. In their world, knowledge is not fragmented but different faces of a unified whole. Diversity is the main source of their creativity. Their main challenge is managing time and focus as they pursue many areas deeply rather than specializing narrowly. Still, this approach enables humanity to achieve multidimensional progress. Level 9. Visionary intelligence. Visionary intelligence goes beyond processing knowledge. It has the capacity to shape the future. Individuals at this level see existing systems and imagine what lies beyond them. For them, what could be is more important than what currently is. A visionary questions social norms and introduces new perspectives. They can open entirely new paths in technology, science, philosophy, or art. Often, they are considered too radical or too early by their surroundings because their ideas exceed the limits of present reality. These minds combine courage with creativity. They take risks, challenge conventions, and despite resistance, eventually bring ideas to life that transform society. Their distinction lies not just in producing bright ideas, but in turning them into visions that guide the future. Loneliness and misunderstanding are common challenges, but with proper support, visionary intelligence becomes the source of ideas that change entire eras. Level 10. Transcendent intelligence. At this level, intelligence is no longer a measurable skill, but transforms into wisdom and awareness. The individual does not merely produce knowledge, they question its nature, meaning, and limits. Their mental capacity is so broad that instead of just solving problems, they question why humanity creates problems in the first place. Individuals with transcendent intelligence move beyond ego and systems. Concepts of self and success fade into the background. Their focus shifts toward humanity as a whole and universal truths. Throughout history, figures such as Buddha or Socrates are often associated with this level. Here, intelligence merges with deep intuition. Thought is shaped not only by rational logic, but by consciousness and awareness. Such individuals are often misunderstood or misinterpreted by those around them. Over time, however, their ideas are recognized as guiding lights for humanity. Transcendent intelligence is not personal superiority, it is collective guidance. These individuals center not themselves, but truth and the well-being of the whole.